so much for talking with me today about Cadwalader, and especially about how the firm has changed in your more than 30 years and your vision for where the firm is today and where we're going. You joined the firm 33 years ago as a summer associate, and I have a photo here to prove it. Any idea what you were thinking back then when you were posing for that photo?
I'm sure there was a lot of excitement because, obviously the opportunity to come and work at a firm like Cadwalader is an awfully exciting thing. There was probably a lot of pride. I'm the first lawyer in my family, first person to come to Wall Street in my family. And so, and to come to a firm like Cadwalader with such a storied history, was an accomplishment that I was quite proud of. And I'm sure there was a little bit of trepidation. Was I going to measure up? How is this going to work out for me? Was I good enough? But that's natural, I suppose. That's probably some combination of those three things that you see coming through, and a much more stylish haircut.
Interesting, because I also started at the firm as a summer associate, and just in my 5 years at the firm, I've seen so many changes. And so I'm curious to know, what do you think has changed the most about the firm and about the legal profession during your time at Cadwalader?
Yeah. Wow, what you're right. So much has changed. The last 5 years and the 25 or so years before that. Look, I mean, if you think about mechanical things that have changed, certainly the technology has changed the way we live every day, and everything just happens so quickly these days. And it was always a high-paced practice. But with the advent of technology, things that used to take a week now take a day, and so the pace is a lot more rigorous. But what rather than focusing on what's changed, I tend to like to focus on what's still the same, right? So, absolute dedication to clients, a really high premium on excellence, being absolutely at the top of our games in service of our clients. And something that I think is really characteristic of Cadwalader, which is a real commitment to the firm. If you're here, you're part of the firm, and people want to invest in the firm and they want to take the firm forward. There's a lot of pride in the history of the firm, but there's a lot of pride in the role that we all play individually at the firm. And of course, the firm's ongoing dedication to public service is a big ongoing constant, certainly over the course of my career. We have organizations that we have served both on a pro bono legal basis as well as a community service basis, volunteer work and financial support, et cetera. When we've recently, just this year, launched our corporate social responsibility program, which coalesces all of those efforts, whether it's the pro bono, the community service, our diversity and inclusion efforts, our sustainability efforts, all of that kind of coalesce together in under one umbrella so that we all can take pride in what we're doing, but also be inspired to do even more.
So you mentioned diversity and inclusion, and I know that the firm is heavily invested in that. And in working with you very closely in my involvement with our Black and Latino Association, that you also are very passionate about diversity and inclusion. Why is that so important to you? And why is it so important to our firm and to the legal industry more broadly?
Well, it's important to me for all the reasons you would think. I mean, it's just such an important social goal for our country and for our world, and it's something that it's easy to feel passionate about when you think about it. But from a more business perspective, what does it mean for our firm? What does it mean for the legal industry? We compete based on talent. In order to do what we do for our clients, which is the most challenging work and the most high profile and important work that they have, we need to have really talented people. And so I view diversity and inclusion as a competitive advantage for Cadwalader. If we can attract the most high performing, diverse and female new associates to the firm, not just new associates, but other associates to the firm, that's great because we're getting such incredibly talented people. But it's not just great for the diverse people, it's great for everybody. Everyone wants to work at a firm that is diverse and inclusive. It's It's been great for our recruiting. It's been great for our retention. And so that's, you know, the competition for the best talent is one reason. You know, just the results, right? I mean, there's plenty of social science and just anecdotal experience we've all had where we see that diverse teams they just plain produce better results. And again, it's all about producing the best results for our clients. And then thirdly, I would say our clients, you know, they got it in terms of the importance of diversity and inclusion. They got it before the legal industry did, quite frankly, and they're demanding it of us. So for all those reasons, you know, really practical, you know, business reasons, it's a tremendously important priority for Cadwalader, and I'm proud of the progress that we've been able to make so far. But I'm even more excited about the progress that I'm sure we will continue to make.
Another very important priority for me, for colleagues in the firm, and I know for law students, is pro bono work. What is the firm's view on pro bono?
So you've probably heard me use the phrase that I like to use, which is the pro bono trifecta, right? If you think about it, it's a professional responsibility for all lawyers to do pro bono and to help people who don't have the means to pay for legal services. Secondly, it's an incredibly gratifying thing to do. I mean, when you can provide services to individuals and make a real impact and a difference in their lives, it's one of the best things you could do. It's incredibly gratifying. And then the third leg of the trifecta is something that I think we've innovated here at the firm, which is that we've reached out to our clients who we understand have a real desire to continue to do, the internal legal teams at our clients have a real desire to continue to do pro bono, but maybe don't have the infrastructure. And so we reach out to our clients, we invite them to our trainings, and we staff pro bono cases together with our clients. And so for the lawyers at Cadwalader who are involved in pro bono, they fulfill their professional responsibilities, they get to do incredibly gratifying work, and they get client exposure, and they get to know clients better. So, you know, it's win-win-win, and it really has made an impact on the enthusiasm level and just the amount of pro bono that we're able to do.
I enjoyed having this conversation with you, Pat. What advice would you share with today's law students, whether they're looking to join a firm with the stature of Cadwalader or are looking to work in public service?
Really, my advice would be go for it. You know, you're really talented people. You've accomplished an awful lot in your lives. If you're in a position to be recruited by a firm like Cadwalader, or if you're in a position to get you know, an important and influential role in the public sector, you've earned it. And although you will be faced with new challenges, and you know, you'll have to learn things you didn't learn in law school, it's exciting. Don't be intimidated. Go for it. You can do it, and just, you know, be passionate and go for it.